current Republican Party, particularly the Tea Party, is fanatically involved in people's personal lives and very fundamental Christian, and I wouldn't even call it Christian, it's this weird evangelical kind of move. The Republican Party is not really the Republican Party, but it's been hijacked, thought.
Faith got hijacked. Faith got hijacked partly because of the so-called leaders of the Christian right who...
The Republican Party is not really the Republican Party, but it's been hijacked, thought, fundamental Christian, really, I mean, basically they believe that sort of white, middle America gun-toting, they believe that sort of white, middle America gun-toting.
You go into some of these small towns in Pennsylvania, like a lot of small towns in the Midwest. So it's not surprising then that they get bitter and they cling to guns or religion or antipathy towards people who aren't like them or anti-immigrant sentiment.
Really, I mean, basically they believe that sort of white, middle America gun-toting. I mean, it's pretty scary.
Instead of honest debate, we've seen scare tactics.
I mean, it's pretty scary.
We didn't have a marker, as you see, we had a pen at the time, so we just decided to put...
It's pretty scary.
And if, as has been discussed in recent days, their death helps usher in more civility in our public discourse, let us remember it is not because a simple lack of civility caused this tragedy, but rather because only a more civil and honest public discourse can help us face up to the challenges of our nation in a way that would make them proud. We should be civil because we want to live up to the example of public servants like John Roll and Gabby Giffords, who knew first and foremost that we are all Americans and that we can question each other's ideas without questioning each other's love of country. That's what I believe, in part because that's what a child like Christina Taylor Greene believed. She saw all this through the eyes of a child, undimmed by the cynicism or vitriol that we adults all too often just take for granted. Undimmed by the cynicism or vitriol.
How they respond to the vitriol that comes out of certain mouths. Consequences. We see just the opposite. We see one party trying to block the attempts of another party to make this a better country. And I think that it's time that we as a country need to look into our souls and into our hearts and say, is what we're doing really in the best interest of this country? Or
and with respect, Sheriff, I know that you're a Democrat.
They're seriously based. I mean, it feels to me as though there's a real anti-intellectual move on the part of a significant part of the Republican Party. You know, in my personal opinion, liberals today might be more educated, fair, and balanced than
the Republican Party and some of the blogs and others on the far right are trying very hard to paint a picture of this man. They're just not used to somebody really smart. They're just not used to somebody who's really well educated. They just don't know quite how to handle it. Because if he's as smart as Barack is, he mustn't be from my neighborhood.
It's the thing that I guess I am most disturbed by and disappointed by in this country, which is that the educated so-called elite in this country is too small a percentage of the population.
They're just not used to somebody really smart. They're just not used to somebody who's really well educated. They just don't know quite how to handle it. Because if he's as smart as Barack is, he mustn't be from my neighborhood.
So that you have this very large, uneducated part of the population that carries these ideas. It's much more about anti-intellectualism. As a university also, by definition, is considered in this country to be liberal, even though it's not at all liberal. And it's liberal because it's intellectual pursuit of knowledge, and that is traditionally something that Democrats have founded and Republicans have not founded. So
they're just not used to somebody really smart. They're just not used to somebody who's really well educated. They just don't know quite how to handle it. Because if he's as smart as Barack is, he mustn't be from my neighborhood.
Good Lord.
I don't think you do that.
All right, now the person that introduced Joe Biden had this to say about Governor Sarah Palin.
Oh, no.
Barack Obama has made an intelligent choice for the vice presidency. How so very different this is from that bucket of fluff that the Republican candidates have chosen for the same position